Now, it's no doubt from reading your biography that your parents, your mother, had an enormous effect on your
Yes,
life.
yeah.
How did your parents affect you when you were a kid and later on?
Well, I think for one thing, both of my parents were very active in organizations, and I think that's one of the reasons I have understood the value of organization. But I think my mother was especially helpful to me because she helped me to realize, though I was a good student, I could not just strut around and be proud. That she made me understand that I was not in competition with anybody but myself. And so it has made me, I've had all my life a feeling from that appreciation of my responsibility to other people. And I think the other thing is, even in our little community, she helped to prepare me for a world in a country in which there was discrimination. She always said to me, hold yourself together. You take care of you, think your way through. And that to me it's been a very important thing to me. I have never felt the need to push to the head of the crowd, but she helped me to realize that because I was always either first or second in my classes, and she would say to me, you know, what are you doing to help others?
Yes, I remember a story about a boy who couldn't remember his recitation, and you could remember yours.
Yeah. He had only a short speech, and our pastor's wife reported me because she told my mother that I was usually a good girl, but that I laughed all through this program. And I told my mother, I said, here was Herbert. He was trying to make a speech, and he kept saying, he is risen, he is risen. Couldn't remember that it was from the dead. And I thought that was the funniest thing. And so she suggested, and I said, and I have my speech, I had one, a yard long, and I said, and I knew it, and so on. And so she said to me, well, perhaps if that's so funny to you, maybe you don't need to be in it. Well, of course, that was like cutting my throat. And she said, but if you're going to be there, you have to learn. You have to help the others, and you could say help him with his speech and not laugh at him for what he can't do, but you have to help him. That meant that I turned out to be the official monitor, prompter, and every child would pass their speech to me, and as they went up, I would sit there, and by the time we came to the program, I knew all the speeches. But what it did for me, it let me understand that she said, if you can do yours so much better, and you help him get his done. And that's been a part of my it's even in my bones, I think.